Appreciate you guys. Cool. Awesome. Well, Arturo just said it. He said, when we went out there to Cody Askin's podcast, we literally had no idea what was going to happen. And to be honest, it was probably the worst video that I've ever made for Arturo. But I had to do that, and I had to make that video, and I had to start with that video. And I think I don't have to tell any of you in the room that we need to be using social media for our businesses. It's a pretty well understood concept now. It's really just about doing it and taking that step. That first step is always the hardest part. Once you start making content, you're not going to see growth. You're not going to see results right off of the bat. None of us typically ever do unless you're just lucky. Of course, there's systems and there's processes and things like that. But we also just said he hit 20,000 followers this week. And we've been doing it for 2 years now. And it's crazy to think that literally all the content that we made from the beginning to now, we grew so slow. I mean, so slow. He had a post that went viral, and that post, I credit a lot of that to, a lot of the mass following that he has now. But from there, we were like, dude, we got to get over 100K. Like, we got to grow. We got to grow. And we kept feeling like, what are we doing wrong? Are we doing something wrong? Are we? And now it proves we weren't doing anything wrong. We were the whole time sharing his story. We were documenting the growth. We were taking people through what it's like to be Arturo Johnson, nobody else. And now, after 2 years, in 1 week, he's grown 20,000 followers. And it's because all of the work that we've done leading up to now has compounded into what we have. So how many of you guys are already posting, making content, building your personal brands? You? Okay, cool. Yep, awesome. So not a lot of y'all. And I understand why. It's kind of hard. It's kind of scary. You get people that judge you. And also, we have routines. And like we all wake up, and I don't know how many of you make your beds or whatever your morning routines look like, if you work out, if you don't. But naturally, the way that you live your life and the things that you do over and over again are your routine. And it's just kind of become Arturo's routine to wake up and do all of the things that he does. But instead of just doing those things, he pulls the camera out. And you guys all follow Arturo online. All of you, I know you do. If you look at his stories in the mornings, he literally wakes up. He shows himself getting on the stair stepper. He shows himself getting in the car, driving to the clubhouse so that he can work out. He shows his kids playing in the playhouse and making his coffee in the morning. And we know this. We know what life is like for Arturo Johnson. And it wasn't always that way. He literally just started to document his journey one day. And it's crazy to think that, one, all of you are in this room because of social media. And he said that earlier. But it's not just because of social media. It's because of personal branding. Arturo, let's just say this, a lot of people are like Arturo, or there's a lot of people that are doing what Arturo does, that are providing leads for insurance agents and agency owners, and there's a reason that all of you guys chose to work with Arturo, and I can guarantee you it wasn't just because he had leads. It was because you've seen something from Arturo that maybe you liked, or that you could connect with, or you could relate with, or maybe you've seen a part of yourself in his story, and that's what we try to focus on the most, is like, you can have content that, sure, we have $4,000 or $5,000 cameras around, but not all of the content that we put out not all of the content that we're putting out is on these cameras. We all have iPhones. We all have some kind of smartphone with a camera on it. And I actually just posted a video this week. And if you know anything about social media, one of the most important things is just being authentic. And this week I posted a video and I kind of talked about some of the struggles that I've faced in my own entrepreneurial journey. And it's been one of my best videos. It's giving me like 200 followers a day right now. And it's just getting constant engagement. And it was because instead of going on there and feeling like I had to be somebody that I'm not, or feeling like I have to go on there and showcase this extravagant lifestyle, I was like, you know what? Let me post what other people can connect with. And not everybody has the penthouses and the supercars and whatever the situation may be. Not everybody is on stages, and if you want to be, right, if that's your calling, like I know that you like to speak and stuff like that, speaking engagements just kind of come to you when you're building your personal brand. I literally showed up today and Arturo was like, hey, at 1:30 you got to come and talk about personal branding. I had no idea that this was going to happen. And I say all that to say, we have to be building our personal brands in today's world. You just can't not. if you don't want to hear that, I'm sorry, but you really just need to start doing it. It becomes fun, and you start to get feedback from people that actually start to resonate with you, and then you begin to build a community. And Lawson likes to talk about this a lot. He says this phrase, 1,000 true fans. And there's like probably 15, 20 of us in this room, and it feels like a decent bit of people. I don't have the time to even come and have really in-depth conversations with all of you because there's so many people in here. But if you have 1,000 true fans, just look around at this place and imagine if there were 1,000 people in here right now. It'd be pretty ridiculous, right? Now imagine if those 1,000 people were actually not just fans, but fanatics, people that actually cared about you, cared about what you do, they resonate with you, right? All of us are unique, and if there's anything that I've learned through building my personal brand, I was the guy that looked at everybody else and I compared myself and I thought, this guy's here, this person's doing this, or, I have none of the things that this person has, so why would anybody want to watch me? But imagine being the person that's watching somebody go from zero to hero, right? You watch that person, you watch their journey. My favorite story is Arturo's story. Like literally, it's not a book, it's not a story that I was told when I was going to bed at night one day. It's Arturo's story. The fact that he tells a story about how he used to work at this restaurant called The Southern. He was waiting tables, and he looked at this place called the Greatness Factory, or he looked at this building called the 505 in downtown Nashville. And he used to point at that building and say how he wanted an office in that building. And in the time that I was working with Arturo, he was like, yeah, they just put up this place called the Greatness Factory at the 505. I used to always want an office there. I'm gonna get it. And we went and we toured this office together and we looked at it and he got that office. And the thing that's really cool is his story. Me knowing that he used to be at the Southern, I didn't even know him at the time, right? I had no idea who Arturo was when he worked at the Southern, but I know his story and I know that that was what happened, all because he told me about it and he created this mental image in my head. But because I know that, every single time I think about it, he got that office, all of these things unfold for him and I'm watching it happen in real time and it connects me so personally to him. And sure, I might spend a lot more time with him than other people, but like Sebastian over here, I was telling him, I met him last year at FFL and we were in an elevator. I just said, hey, I like your watch. And we followed each other on Instagram. And it's been a year of us following each other now. I literally feel like I know the guy. I'm like, yo, I follow you on Instagram. I see all your posts. He sees all my posts. He's like, yeah, like following along with the growth, like it's really cool. And I say all that to say that sure, whether it's hard, whether it's scary, whether it's difficult, you don't have to overcomplicate the thing. Something I actually want for all of you to do today, like right when I end this, I'm gonna have you all pull out your phones and just record like a quick little video talking about your day or whatever's on the top of your mind. Maybe it's moments, maybe you've learned something from today that you wanna share with people. Maybe you've gone through something in the last month or two or even year, right? That's been kind of weighing on you and you're thinking to yourself like, this right here has held me back and I gotta just hammer that thing on the head in order to get forward. Put that on the internet and watch how many people say, dude, I'm in the same position. Hey, I heard what you said and I really resonate with that. You guys are all selling insurance. So with insurance, for me, I'm connecting with people that want to learn to do what I do, but you guys are connecting with people that want to benefit from a product that you have. So how many people are selling? All of you sell insurance. So why? This is the hardest part for me. I don't have insurance because everybody comes to me and says, hey, let me sell you an insurance policy. And I'm like, I know 500 insurance agents. How do I pick one?
But it's not what he just said. That is not why you don't have insurance. Hold on. But did you hear what he just said? He can't decide on which one to pick, right? Yeah. It's very interesting. Yes. But why not? There's nobody he can connect with. It's like, what exactly is it that you do? How can you help me? Nobody slow down and really just like break that down.
And it's really common in insurance. A lot of people kind of hide behind that shell. And one of the biggest reasons why like he said, I don't know anybody in the insurance that I can connect with truly is because I'm not watching them on a regular basis and there's not really anybody that I particularly follow online that I can say, oh, this guy's really cool or this guy's doing this. Actually, there's one guy and do you guys know a guy named Jarrell? Yeah. I used to sell solar with that kid, or I was joining a team that he used to sell solar for and I follow him. every day on Instagram, and I like watching his stories. And if I actually was gonna buy insurance, it'd probably be from that kid. Just because I watch, he shares his wins every day. You guys probably see it, right? Every day. Like clockwork, literally every single day. He posts the team's wins, he posts his wins, he posts himself going to the gym, and it's just stories, nothing too crazy. But I say all this to say, you guys have to be building your personal brands. Please don't leave today and just go do the same thing, right? Like actually start sharing your story. Start showing people who you really are, because if you want somebody to buy insurance from you and not just for the benefits of the product, but because they like you, yes, you can have a 45-minute conversation and I can learn as much as I can on that 45-minute conversation. But if I have a 45-minute conversation with you, I choose not to buy, and then I follow you for the next 3 months, there's a lot more likelihood that I am gonna buy from you, because now I've talked to you, now I see you, and of course, right? It's like, it's inevitable. I'm gonna buy from that person because now I've had the conversation. They show me that they're consistent every single day, whether I see them in person or whether I don't, right? So if you guys can, take like literally 30 seconds, all of you get in your little zones right here or whatever, pull your phone out. I got a minute and 50, so I wanna give you guys that minute and 50 to make a quick video of yourselves just talking. Don't worry about the background noise. Don't worry about anybody else around you. And I know that it's like uncomfortable. Earlier, I had to put myself in an uncomfortable position. Everybody was around here looking at me, and I was like, everybody's looking at me, but this is what I do. And I just started talking to the camera. So if you can, for the next minute and a half, pull your phone out and make a quick video.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.